Hi everyone, it's day 5 of the 90-day video challenge, and today I'm not going to bore you with all my goals, except I'm really excited about my blood sugar levels. This morning I woke up and it's the closest to normal blood sugar levels I've had in many years, so I've had a major breakthrough. I can only put this down to daily exercise, and watching what I eat, of course, not cheating, and then that was after a 24-hour fast. So it's our second day of fasting. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not hungry at all. The bone broth that we have is actually getting quite tasty, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So anyway, that's it about my blood sugar levels. I'm excited, and I'm sure it's going to improve from here. Tying in with that is what I wanted to talk to you today, and that's about the ketogenic diet. Many people may have heard it as a different name. Quite often there's different variations of it, let me put it that way. You have the paleo diet, or in South Africa it's called the Banting diet. Quite well known here in Australia as the low carb, high fat diet. But all of it is, all of them are similar, except, and their main purpose is actually to go against the standard American diet, which was derived from the mid-50s when Dr. Ancel Keys did his research, as he called it, into cholesterol. His findings, and most of them were presumptions, that animal fats caused high cholesterol and inevitably death by heart attack. From those early days in the mid-50s, there were many doctors who actually disputed what Ancel Keys was saying, but he had the ear of many organizations. He did presentations, and apparently in his very bold way, he presented his findings, which are based on a lot of assumptions. That cholesterol was the killer. Cholesterol caused heart attacks, and you got cholesterol from consumption of animal fats. Now, I think I might get a lot of hate mail or a lot of people really not agreeing with me, but that's okay. You know, I've gone into business with two businesses that have reactions like that. Mobe, the first number of reactions I got is scam alert, this is a scam, they're just trying to take your money. And invariably when we speak to somebody about the ketogenic diet, just another fad diet, you know, and that I get particularly from nutritionists. And I get it, they've studied for years, and they've studied the method that's been taught and the content that's been taught. Why I'm talking about this is to really open your mind to other alternatives, and the big thing about this is that the research into either the ketogenic, low carb, high fat, or Banting diets has been huge compared to what Ancel Keys did. There are numerous professors, doctors that show their research that animal fat is not bad for you. I will include in the comments some links to website on Ancel Keys. It's an interesting document to read, and also what is it called, the Mercola Cholesterol website, which has a number of articles about cholesterol. And you know, this has been demonized. Cholesterol's been demonized, and everybody's been put on statins. And I don't like conspiracy theories, but it's been proven over and over again that the large pharmaceutical companies have huge incentives being under pressure from their investors is to actually increase sales. And what do? All they do is put out the word that it's now advised that people over 50 must take statins to lower their cholesterol. So it's just a broad term to increase sales. The proof out there that statins are ineffective There are certain cases for statins, but not as a general prescription to people over 50. Anyway, enough of that. I've chosen to follow the ketogenic diet because I know the impact it has on my type 2 diabetes. Over the last I've been doing it for about 3 years, and over the last 2 years, I've really struggled, but that's mainly because of what has happened to Amy and I over the last 2 years. It really set us back. And that was an investment that went bad. And I suppose that'll be one of my talks on my why. But in a nutshell, it was an investment that really drained our savings and threatened our own home. So trying to get through that, my focus was never on my health or my diet. It was just completely focused on trying to put out the fires that were happening around us. However, this 90-day challenge has reawakened that drive in me. It's reawakened the need to have goals and to let these problems go and put them behind us. And that's what I'm doing with this 90-day challenge. Apart from all the other benefits, I think the main one being able to talk to a camera, and that's been a nightmare for me in the past. So ketogenic, why that? It has taken the concept of the standard American diet and turned that whole pyramid diet on its head, where they say you need to eat 5 grains and fruit per day and eat lean meat and low-fat everything. Now, if you think about eating something that's low-fat, when manufacturers take the fat out of any food, they remove the flavor of that food. And the only way to get that flavor back is to add sugar. And sugar is the most dangerous thing that we can consume. They've also had massive marketing campaigns with no sugar added, fructose added. Fructose is even worse than sugar. So anything you're eating, and I challenge you to have a look at the labels on the products, if it's yogurt or milk, any of those that are low fat, have a look at the sugar content compared to the high fat, to the full cream products. There's much more sugar in a low fat product. So, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates in a person like me with diabetes, it affects people differently, but it converts to sugar in an instant. And that's why a lot of people are eating carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates like bread and pasta and what else, pizza. All those things, potato even. Potato, yeah, you can call it natural, but it has high carbohydrates in it. Everybody says you need the carbs for the fiber. Nonsense. You can get enough fiber from vegetables. And that's what I eat. I don't eat a single carb now. So no bread, no pasta, no pies, no potatoes. And because that converts to sugar quickly in my body. Now, the ketogenic diet, what it says, what its aim is to convert your body from a sugar-burning machine into a fat-burning machine. You starve your body of the sugar, and in order to function and perform, your body needs energy, and then it will then get that energy from fat. And there are athletes that have moved on to the ketogenic diet that are having the best results they've ever had in their lives, because that fat burning takes a longer time. So if you are an athlete, carbo loading, you have got spikes up and down. As the carbs get burnt quickly, you need more carbs. Whereas a fat burning athlete just burns slowly. If it has no more fat in your stomach to burn, or wherever it stores it, it takes it from your body. So the benefits that I have found from a ketogenic diet is definitely the clarity of mind. They refer to it in these circles as brain fog. And once I've got through the pain of giving up carbs, because it's not easy. I think it took about 2 to 3 weeks. But once I got through that, there was a sudden and definite clarity of thought, and a clearing of the fog in your brain. That's the only way, as a layman, I can explain it. That the fact that I don't eat often, when you're eating high fat, healthy fats, by the way, your body, it sustains you for longer, so you don't need to eat that much. And I've proven it now with being on this fasting, just having bone broth, which is full of the good nutrients, as well as lots of fat from that bone and the meat that came off it. I'm not hungry at all. So it's now, well, I don't know how long it is, must be 36 hours, and I'm really not hungry. I'm not suggesting that you do this, because I'm not a nutritionist. But I am hoping to just give you enough interest to actually go and research it for yourselves. And what started me on this journey, I read 2 books. They're written by Jimmy Moore. They're called Keto Clarity and Cholesterol Clarity. And Jimmy Moore is not a doctor or a specialist or anything. He's just a plain, simple guy like me. But Jimmy Moore weighed more than 400 pounds when he started this. And what he did to write this book, he surrounded himself with experts, people, nutritionists, doctors, specialists, people who'd done research on this. So he based his whole research on what he called N=1. So whatever he wanted to test, he tested on himself. And the results he got from following a ketogenic diet, as far as cholesterol goes and weight loss goes, are exceptional. And it's a good place to start. If you want to read a book, it's called, I'll put it in the comments as well, Jimmy Moore, Keto Clarity, and his second book, Cholesterol Clarity. I hope you find this interesting and it piques your interest, and maybe you can go do some research for yourself, because the other benefit that I haven't mentioned is that it has certainly made me take control of my own health. As a diabetic, I was told that, yes, you've got to go on these medications. It'll eventually get worse. You'll up your medications until they don't work, and then you go on to insulin. So that's your lot as a type 2 diabetic. Follow the low-carb, high-fat, and see how many people have actually reversed their type 2 diabetes, actually just taking control of their health and of their diet. So that's my goal that I'm going to get going. And part of this journey I've been on has resulted in Amy and I developing our ketogenic diet shake, which we're going to be launching in America shortly. So once it's there, I'll be sending you a link to Amazon just to look at my product, and hopefully you'll be buying it someday. Thank you. Chat tomorrow.